All right. Welcome back to the Let's Talk Foreplay podcast. I'm Gremlin.
This is KANE.
We are reporting live from the Blue Room here in Bree Street.
Sponsored by OTB on the ball. Thank you,
on the
baby.
ball. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Josh. Yes, sir. Episode 9.
Yeah, one more before the season
We're almost
finale.
done for the year, eh?
Yeah. That will be the last. Episode 10 will be the last one for the year, and then you guys will see us back again in January.
Is that confirmed?
After
He's making executive decisions, just like.
Okay, do you want to record pod on New Year's Eve, blood? That's what I thought.
We could actually.
Nah, I leave it. We're not gonna even remember.
What's your guys'
what
New Year's
happened.
Eve plans?
What you mean? What's your
The-
We
their
thought
plans
about
are
it.
dependent on us getting booked somewhere.
Crazy.
No. Well, we said we not. We said we
Ah.
are not looking for gigs because we might do something else.
Nah,
Well, we have a
playing-
gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
We
almost
can't-
said where we're
we're
playing.
not
Yeah, we
allowed to,
haven't been launched yet. But yeah, we're doing something on New Year's Eve. It's pretty massive. I think it's going to be huge.
December in general, bro.
December in general is looking very tasty. I got a... Brody, say it loud, man.
What did he say?
Say it loud, Brody. Nah, say it loud. Say it loud. You want to go on here behind the camera?
Like 2 or 3 gigs. It's not the whole of December. It's for individually.
No, it's cool.
No,
Just remember you said that you have archives on us now. We have archives on you as well now, bro. Yeah. Don't actually
I think
now.
only Sergio has. Actually, you don't even have that.
Yeah, wait until I get into my meme bank.
Yeah, exactly, Brody. Please carry on before we were rudely interrupted.
Yeah, we can't say anything just yet because the man must still launch whatever's happening. See, Brody interrupted my trailer, so he's too busy to kakke at the back. I'm so tired of this.
What about you individually though?
Oh yeah, this is what I want to say. Talking about because now you brought up the individually thing. I got a phone call today. For people watching, we're recording this on Monday. Yeah, Monday. I got a phone call today because people also used to recording us on Sunday because I always say like this is Sunday, but today is Monday. I got a phone call today about like potential opportunity for doing something consistent throughout December. That could be like super profitable, and then having like one at the end of December that's like a culmination of everything that was done.
Nice.
Like a big bash. So that's looking quite fruity, like fruitful. Put it like that.
Fruity.
Yeah, it's looking quite fruitful. So I'm waiting for that to develop. And then, and also part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in that phone call, like the person I spoke to, like they mentioned like some like feeling a bit iffy about December, and they rather want to take the initiative to make their own money instead of waiting for like things to happen in December, which gives me the impression that it's shaping up to be something of a not a quiet December, but I feel like it's maybe in that little space where there's less out of city things.
Do you know what I think? It may feel like December is quiet or is gonna be quiet because this whole year has been busy. So it's like December has to be insane for it to stand out.
Yeah, that's
Whereas usually the year leading up to December isn't that crazy. This year, every single weekend there's been something.
there's just been
something
parties
happening.
and shit going on. Yeah,
But
So
it's not like it's mostly like stuff that are happening in clubs and indoors. People are feeling to be.
I beg to differ.
There's a lot of
I beg to
festivals and
differ.
stuff. As
Like now, this past this past month, there's been Gordo at Carbo, Corona Sunset Fest, Brutal Fruit, Spritzer.
Over the weekend.
So that's 4 with Hidden Festival, no?
Then you still have the Pangeas and
and then on top of that, Two Bunnies is having. I don't know if they're having it or had it yet, but they're having a thing
it's
at
coming up
Cabo
at
Beach
Cabo,
Club also.
yeah.
With the 30th, no? There's Days in the Sun Festival that's done by Slow Cook. That's also happening.
There's been 10 months of indoor events. We're being indoor
No,
clubs.
everything I
Outdoor
mentioned
as
right
well,
now is
bro.
not indoor.
The last month.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
that's
like
enough to
it's
fatigue
now.
people, bro.
Yeah, bro. October, November.
People have been feeling to be outside, to be in the sun, to be outdoors.
Yeah, but now I just mentioned five one-day festivals. I just mentioned 5 one-day festivals that takes place outside, blood.
Only a month.
That's a long ass month,
There's
bro.
been varsity exams, been school exams for people that are going outside that are old enough to. So
If is
that's why it's been thin. If you're going to different venues, it's been quite thin over the past.
yeah. But I mean, that's just from a club perspective, man. Those are gonna run every weekend regardless. Your standard events from local creatives are gonna run every weekend regardless. So like, it's more so I'm looking at it from a perspective of there's less outside things happening, like outside the province things coming to our province from what I'm seeing.
I don't mind it, Dave.
You don't?
I don't mind it.
You're tired of Cape Town being a tourist capital?
It's a bit boring, bro.
No, man.
I don't think it's boring.
Genuinely,
per se,
when
man.
last, like, think about something that's come out from somewhere else. Usually Joburg, that's
Mhm.
coming here, where it's like genuinely we were like, wow, this is amazing. I think we are more than capable enough to do our own stuff within the city. Maybe booking other acts, but not
Yeah.
necessarily a Joburg-based event coming here.
I think
we
so
need it.
too. I think we have enough creatives and enough establishments behind us to push like our own agenda and our own narrative when it comes to the scene. It's just obviously, I think there's a lot of challenges when it comes to having to convince these people or convince people that we have the potential to do this. You know, like we can make this happen. Like something as simple as booking a headliner, for example. I'm making an example. Something as simple as booking a headliner, but having a strict budget makes your life so much more complicated. Because, for example, you don't have the money to throw at the booking rate, the accommodation, and the flights.
Yeah.
And the entourage that comes with it.
And the entourage usually includes 2 extra flights, 2 extra accommodations, and still the booking rate. So like,
It's not worth it, bro.
you don't have the capital to throw that at a booking. So now maybe you go out and you're like, hey, I need a sponsor or I need something like that. It's a lot harder to convince people in your scene that I can make this happen. I've got the yes, I just need the backing. So that's why it makes most sense for outside of the province things to come here, because they can bring that person with them for what they pay on that side, and probably not even bring their entourage, just give them a hotel or whatever, bring them this side, and now it's fun.
And now I want to raise the question, but because, like, let's use PE for an example, right? They fly Cape Town DJs out. I wouldn't say every time they do an event, but more often than not, they are flying Cape Town DJs out. What's the difference between?
Who's getting flown out, bro?
He's specifically talking about the Mia
Don't
and
talk about
Icon.
1 or 2 instances. I'm talking about somebody that's coming here often from Joburg. On what scale is that happening vice versa?
Not often.
Exactly.
Besides PE.
Yeah, but PE,
Yeah.
I mean, PE doesn't count, bro. PE is another Cape Town.
Nah, man, you can't say
It
that.
doesn't. Because it's not the same, bro. It's 100% not the same. How can you compare PE to Joburg?
They also don't have like clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a tiny city, bro.
Yeah.
It's a quiet weekend.
But like, I'll even put that into perspective, right? Like, and this is where like the headliner chat comes into play also that I just mentioned now. Like, for example, the PE trip, like with Mia, for example, they said, okay, cool, we're gonna book you accommodation, we're gonna book you a flight, and we're gonna accommodate you and make sure you have ground transport and whatever the case may be, we're gonna look after you. But like, for example, like we didn't rebuttal and say, okay, yeah, but you also need to fly Brodi with, and you also need to get Brodi a place. And like you see where I'm getting at, man. It's like it's so much harder for us to do something like that, because like we can't look at ourselves in our own city and be like, oh, we're gonna be the biggest attraction for our people. So now we need to look outside of our city for what's gonna attract more people into our space and more people into our event and whatever. And unfortunately, these are the people that come with like a silly price tag and the extras and whatever.
So that's weird.
Right.
If you go to different events, like let's say Private Affair, The Cave, maybe you went to an O2 back in the day, right? You have so many different groups of fans that go to different events that always come up to you like, oh, I'm such a big fan. But you can never get all of these different groups of
In one room.
into yes, and that I feel like that's a major factor in what you're talking about, because if you can get all those different groups of people into one room, you don't need a headline.
I think
They're there for you.
I think it's tough, man, because like for example, you're talking about 3 different groups now, and I'll just put a like a label on each of these groups. There's gonna be the 18 to 22-year-old market who like you for whatever reason. There's gonna be the 24 to 30-year-old market who likes you for whatever reason, and you're gonna get the odd 30 plus year old who's gonna be like, oh, I actually like this dude for whatever reason. I can't tell a 30 plus year old to walk into the cave where the demographic is 18 to 25.
And vice versa.
The same reason, and I'm saying this for this particular reason, because like for example, the cave is like a free for all. You know, you can't buy a section at the cave. You know, but there are sections available for anybody to go and sit down and whatever, right? So how do I tell a 30 plus year old who walks in, who just wants that sense of comfortability, like, yo, I have a section, I can get a bottle, whatever. How do I tell them, like, nah, but that's a free for all. So if there's no section to sit, there's nowhere to sit, like.
Well, I think it's just people have to adapt to the environment, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a constant misconception that the environment needs to change for you. I don't like the music, so the music must change. Why am I not getting bottle service? Why am I not getting... So it's no, like, if you go into a place, you need to accept that's what it is.
Yeah, but
if you are an 18 to 22-year-old and you're going to an older environment, you can't expect, you know,
but
to
like
have that vibe.
on top of that, like, how do you expect the consumer to kind of adapt that mindset? Because at the end of the day, it's their money.
Yeah, but you have a choice. At the end.
Yeah, you do have a choice.
100%.
I'm just saying, man. Like remember.
Choosing to spend that R100 on a cave ticket, and you don't like the cave, that's R100 and you chose to lose.
Yeah, I suppose it's like a gamble, but then you also have to look at it from like a promoter/event perspective. It's like, how do you go about creating a space that's accommodating to everyone? And I think, and hear me out. And I think this is why a lot of events now take that club route instead of the let me book a place, let me pack it out with furniture, let me spend 70,000-80,000 rand on this event, try and make it back or double it, and they leave that whole concept and they say, let me rather go do an event at a club, because at the club there's gonna be sections for the older people to go and sit down and buy the table and whatever. There's a bar, and there's going to be a spacious dance floor for all the 18 to 25-year-olds who's just going to come there, get a drink and jaw all night.
And the security also.
And this, yeah. So essentially, when you have the event at the club, all you worry about is your door girl, getting people through the door, and your lineup. And I think that's why a lot of the clubs are taking that route. Like, you can even ask yourself, I'll make the example with HAG then, for example. They have Tahoe on a Saturday night, basically every Saturday night, right? I mean, they pack out Tahoe every Saturday consistently, and then once every 3 months, then they say, okay, cool, we're gonna take those same people and now we'll put them in a warehouse or something like that,
or outdoor or something. Yeah,
which makes so much more sense, because every week there's new people at Tahoe. You're doing it consistently 4 times a month for 3-4 months in a row. There's new people every single time. So now when you sell them a new product, it's easier to get them there.
but they're also only focusing on a very select group of
But that's what I'm saying. Like, our events now, it makes sense, especially for the type of people who listen to us and who watch our podcast and who knows our work. It makes sense for us to do things in that club space.
I guess.
But also, in the same breath, Tao has a younger crowd who's hungrier to be outside and party. Whereas these venues that the crowd isn't going to be out every weekend, they don't really care.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm putting it into perspective because, for example, Tao also has a setup that's friendly to like 25, 30 plus year old people.
If they want to have
to. So it's wouldn't take much for them to open it up to say, hey, yeah, it's a younger party and whatever, but there's sections to sell, bro. Like, go buy a section.
Yeah, it's tough, bro, because like you want to have the energy and the numbers from the youth, because they bring the numbers and the youth. They're gonna come out 10, 15, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. and then but they're not necessarily the spenders. Then you have the 25 to 40-year-olds they've got their jobs. Sometimes there's people that come out sometimes once in the year. They said, this is our night out, we've got babysitters
and we're
going crazy, we're gonna spend 5-10K. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the hard part, because you want both of those crowds, but then both of those crowds have different expectations. You know, the one crowd might want to have some seating and whatever, and maybe food, or a quieter section where there aren't people, but then they also have an expectation for the music. So now you have them wanting a specific type of music that they maybe haven't heard for a long time, nostalgia type of shit, compared to the lighties that want younger shit. It's just it causes like automatically things are going to be imbalanced from the jump, because half the crowd is going to be unhappy.
But then do you not feel like that's then where like your curation is very important? Like I personally think that curation in a club requires a bit more detail than
in terms of DJ lineup.
Yeah. In compared to like curation in an outside space.
Do you also think that you have to sort of be able to, in a weird way, look into the future, as in like, okay, I expect a crowd from 18 to 25, but I actually get a crowd that's 23 to 27. So do you think that there's a thing of, I have to foresee who's going to be there, the type of people that's going to be coming out that weekend before you put the lineup together?
It's so hard to say.
It's hard to say. Like, I think the only way you could properly predict something like that is if you can like foreshadow or forecast, but that's also based on stats. So if you do track stats, like if you can say I attract this many 18 to 25-year-olds, then you can comfortably understand who will always do something well for your lineup. But if you're just looking at it from face value, like, oh, everyone in the George just looks young, or everyone in the George just looks at the like this age,
really tell.
You can't say. And I think that's also like just been the challenge with like the event space in general, especially like now, for example, we are currently sitting with a headache. Like we were mulling over whether we should do a cave in December or not do a cave in December, whether we should run a pop-up, whether we shouldn't run a pop-up. And it's like, I look at it from this perspective of, okay, cool, a cave in December would be dope because of all the tourists that come to Cape Town. Or maybe there's people who watches the cave in Joburg and Pretoria and all these other places who's in Cape Town, and who happens to be in Cape Town that one weekend where we say, hey, it's a cave. Now, they might say, oh shit, I watch this shit on YouTube all the time. Let me go see and experience it in person. And then on the downside, there's all these challenges that you face during December. The team is busy. You have your own personal career to uphold.
There's so much other stuff going on.
There's so many other stuff you need to worry about. You might have 3 different bookings on that same cave night, so you can't actively assist at the event. I might have something going on, you know. Other DJs might have something going on. So other DJs aren't fully committed to prepping and planning something specifically for the cave, you know. And then you have to worry about what else is happening on that night also.
I think JTI.
I want to ask, just considering an event like the cave where you guys do live recordings and it goes on YouTube and things like that, where a lot of other events don't really do things like that, do you think this is obviously more of a bigger opportunity for DJs, where you think, okay, this is something I actually need to prepare for?
I think it's definitely a bigger opportunity. Like I can make the example again, bro. Calvin has a set on the Caves channel that's currently at 58,000 views. Like, that's 58,000 views from the States, from the UK, that's from everywhere else in the country.
On his fucking channel. Nothing for me, bro.
This past week alone, since we've been dropping sets on the Cave again, I've gotten DMs from people out of Brazil, from people out of the States, from people in Europe. And that's generally just people asking like, yo, when are you coming this side? Are you ever playing this side? And it's not necessarily questions I can answer, but the fact that there's recognition in these areas is silly. The silliest thing that ever came out of the Cave was me getting DM'd by a TDE producer. What's this man's name? Fuck.
Wow.
Carl Banks. You know Carl Banks? He literally produces for TDE, bruh. And he had a boiler room where he featured people like Denzel Curry, A$AP Ferg.
Yes.
And he DMs
that.
me and he's like, yo, I just watched your set from the Cave. That shit's insane. Whenever you in LA, let me know.
Crazy. Crazy.
Like, make it make sense, bruh. So I do think it's especially where the channel is right now and where it's getting the views from. I do think it's kind of like a big deal for people where it's like, okay, cool, I need to put a bit of extra effort into the set. I can't just come in and plug in a USB and play whatever.
But now the cave gets to a point where DJs were like, I need to be on that lineup, you know what I mean?
But then, to jump on what he's saying, is it not then, we've had this discussion before off podcast, but is it not getting a bit difficult now because the DJ pool is small? And not just in hip hop, there's a of accessible DJs, there's a smaller pool.
I don't think the pool is small, man. I think it's genuinely a situation of us not expanding and us not opening up the bracket for say. Like for example, we do get a lot of DM requests of people asking like, oh, can I play on the cave or can I feature on the cave or whatever the case may be. But we also, because it's a carefully curated experience, we can't necessarily just open up the platform for anyone. So that's why we kind of have to sit. That's why like getting guests or getting DJs for the cave is such a headache, because we look at established DJs who are obviously going to pull in a crowd and whatever. And then on top of that, we look at new people or people who've DM'd before, or people who want to perform at the cave, or people who are established that hasn't performed at the cave yet. And we look and we sit and we say, okay, cool, what does this person add to the lineup or to the experience? So it is a tricky situation, but that's why because it's so carefully curated, I do think that it makes sense for DJs to place more emphasis on the set that they play at the cave because of the reach the YouTube channel has.
Firstly, it's going to live on the internet forever. And yeah, number two, like the possibility of that 1 hour turning into something much bigger it's big. Like for instance, the TDE thing, but just having that sort of, you know, content that the algorithm pushes out after you watch a Boiler Room or what's this, Apartment Life or something like that. It's literally in that same circulation.
I was just about to say, it's gotten to that point now where suggested videos is cave sets.
Yeah.
And it's silly. It's so silly.
I have a friend in the UK and our house or flat mates are all from Cape Town. And they love any set that you put out. They stream it consistently because it's something that
it reminds them of home.
Yeah, but it's good music that they can put on in the background and enjoy. It's not just that it's from home.
Yeah. Look,
and it's also something so like the green aspect of it. It's something you could just see in the corner, maybe a photo or something, and you see that,
exactly what it
and
is.
you're on YouTube the next day and you see this green. Oh, like I saw that the other day. It's like that keeps the cycle going as well.
And it works well, man. And that's why I say like the whole mulling over the cave in December is what's kind of that played on our mind, man. Because again, I'm looking at things now. Again, from like a brand awareness perspective, there's so many different types of people in Cape Town during this month. So how good could that be for the brand? But now you're also looking at it from another perspective of like, yeah, the brand is good and there's people here and whatever. But like, what if we don't pull 300-400 plus people? How does that look on the financials?
But can you share some insight into what the plans are?
I mean, I can. Like I said, we are mulling about it, but also time is ticking. So it doesn't look like we're going to be doing anything for the cave in December. Like,
I mean, it's 15 days to go until December.
Yeah, it's 15 days to go until December. There's a lot going on in December. And it's just like, you can't even look at December as a 4-week month. Yeah. December is a 2-week month, blood. Hear me out.
Why?
December is a 2-week month. There's Christmas, that's smack dab in the middle of December. There's New Year's Eve. Hear me out.
Middle.
It's basically like, that's why I say it's a 2-week month. It's a 2-week month, bro. Because December prep doesn't start the week of December.
And the first week of January.
People are still working until...
There's university students who have left to go home. Think about all the lighties who come from out of the province to set up shop here in Cape Town. There's university students who have left home. There's other big events happening in Cape Town every single weekend, bro. There's community on the 16th. There's a couple things that we're supposed to do that hasn't been announced yet. That's also happening in December. Basically, back to back to back to back. There's HSBC 7s. Also, congratulations. That shit's fucking huge. We'll get into that. There's HSBC 7s. And it's like, there's so many things happening don't worry about that, Alvino. But there's so many things that's happening. And now on top of that, you have to worry about your own things also. Like, you don't want to be stressing about event prep in the midst of Christmas prep.
I think what you're saying is maybe it feels so condensed,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't feel like you have a weekend and then a week and then a weekend. It's like
It's weekend,
on top
weekend.
of one another.
I would feel more comfortable with a December cave if it was something that we prepared for in September already.
And also, things are going to start to happen in the week as December comes around.
Exactly.
Things are going to start happening on Wednesdays, on Mondays.
So that's why, like, I'm as much as it's like cool, there's an opportunity to expand the brand and take it somewhere else. There's also that little bit of fear factor to it, and this comes with all events, regardless of what you do. That little bit of fear factor of like, what if it's just not enough?
And also with the past, I think with the last 2 months that we've had, I think maybe taking it a little bit easier in December is probably like the best option.
Yeah.
Just to not overkill yourself and still have a good time in festive season as well. So,
But the whole of December is chaos, doesn't matter what.
Doesn't matter what you do, bro.
Jeffrey.
Everything is chaotic, bro. But that, like, with December, there's just, it's like Brody said, every day there's something happening, bro. Clubs are gonna be open on Mondays now.
Yeah.
so sevens?
HSBC 7.
Sure, let's get into it, bro. Okay, so I've played at the Sevens twice before. The first time was just a little pop-up thing. The second time was the fan village outside of the stadium. Which was still fun, but it wasn't like the main thing.
Yeah.
I saw Ryan do the stadium twice. I think once. I think twice. At least once. Twice, eh?
Last year, and then we did it
2 years ago, a year before. Yeah. So literally inside the stadium. The first time I think it was a stage in the middle of the field, or like on the side of the field. The second time was on a crane that lifted up into the sky. He had to wear like a helmet. He was harnessed in and everything. Like
And
mad.
he DJ'd in the sky.
Yeah.
I was there.
That's silly. That's good.
And I always saw that and I was like,
I need
that's
that.
a bucket list. That's a bucket list. And yeah, you know, the power of manifestation.
Do you know what gimmick they're doing this year?
Honestly, right now, as it is, I don't have any details.
You just got confirmation that you played.
So this is how it happened. The agency reached out to me, the same agency that had booked me before. Are you available for Sevens weekend? I said, yeah. But this time, the first time I did it, I did like 2 days, multiple sets over 2 days. This time they said, are you available for 15 minutes? So I said, 15 minutes sounds like a little bit of a different situation. And I immediately thought that it was going to be that thing.
The main one.
Yeah, the main thing.
Yeah.
So I asked them and they're like, yeah, that's what it's going to be. So I was like, yes, let's go.
Need
Bucket
that.
list. Need it. Done. Cool. They said, okay, we'll confirm ASAP. Send details, contracts, all that shit. Fire. Might have to bleep this, but
Yeah.
he messages me. He sends me a view once of the poster. And he says, I don't know if you know, but I'm a graphic designer in my spare time, like my second hustle.
He does so many things, bro.
He does too much. He sends the poster and he's like, I'm busy doing this poster and it's I don't know if you even know about this, but he sends me the poster and it says DJ Battle, Gremlin versus Ready D. And I'm like, what the fuck?
He's going
Bruh,
on.
no one told me
So
about
wait,
this.
is that 15 minutes for you, 15 minutes for D?
I don't know yet.
I hope
So
it is.
they're sending details today.
I've got some information from D because he's done it for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
And he said they market it as a battle, but it's essentially just a jam session back to back.
Yeah.
Like, you just have fun with it. But I asked him if he wants to turn it into like a little back to back with like a battle
Yeah.
side to it.
I
So he
think-
was like, it's cool, but it's for 15 minutes at the stadium. Like you need to think about there's like 15,000 people there.
15, bro,
No, bro,
like
this-
50, 60.
Bruh. The packs at Greenpoint is silly, blood.
Bro, the sevens. It's like 50, 60,000.
Also, Ank, I'm on your guest listener.
Crazy.
I have to be on guest list, blood. Whoa.
Now my media has to be sorted, bro.
Yeah, come on.
He's not gonna cook for you like he cook for me, blood.
It's you three, Jesse and Jason.
But basically, what he was saying is, you performing to that many people, they're not there to, because they don't understand the battle. They just want to draw. Like, actually, they can save, they want to party.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't-
more fun.
I don't think it's the space for a battle in the way that we know it. Yeah. And I'm not trying to battle really deep, bro. You crazy.
Why not?
But he said,
Nah, not like that.
he said it would be fun if we could get a space that could, just a small room or
Yeah.
like a club that's not like small but intimate, where you can have that sort of battle where you don't have to have the thing of, oh, I must back out the venue and have a crowd. It can just be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And people
I
interested.
I think you can have. I wouldn't say like a full-on battle, like, oh, I'm gonna like this and whatever.
No, I
But-
think there'll be an
But
element.
I'm looking at it from this perspective now, and I've seen a couple people do this on TikTok, for example, where there's two battle mixes, you know, the battle mixes, and then there's a turntable on each side. So it's like you guys are playing like a back to back, but it's literally a routine where it's like a word on the side where someone's like a skit where they're talking, and then it drops bah, and then it drops bah, and then it drops bah. I feel like something like that.
I think in an ideal world, if the possibility is there, if D would be down for that, I think it would be an amazing thing for
Like-
us to do a 10 minute, and then like a 5 minute together
Yeah.
or something like that. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
something that's like
I mean,
a real. I mean, this is like, bro. I'm be real with you. This is like a monumental moment in my career. This is
fucking
like
huge, bro.
it's gigantic, bro. Like it's
feel surreal playing with Reddy D, someone who you've looked up to.
100%. Even if that's just a normal club gig, it's still surreal. That's the goat. That's not my goat
That's
or
the
his. It's
goat.
the
But
goat.
you've shared lineups with him, so what makes it different this time?
The magnitude of this, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is for me, bro? The biggest thing for me is that they could have anyone. Sevens could have anybody.
Do you
You
know-
could have Scorpion Kings,
Can I?
Black Coffee, Shimza, Waffles. This is a win for real DJing. This is them saying, we respect real DJing and we're going to showcase it to 60,000 people and the world. It's going to be televised, bro.
On top of that, though, like what I guess I'm trying to ask, is it more the moment of, because you might never get to play a back to back with someone like this ever.
Ever.
So is it the moment of 60,000 people, or I'm getting to play back to back with one of the greatest DJs on our continent?
It's both, bro. I don't think I've ever played to that many people at once, and at the same time for it to be like that just adds another element of like, holy shit, you know.
Bro, this is also a win for hip hop.
It's a win for
Deep
a
that,
lot,
bro.
bro.
It's a win for DJing.
Yeah,
We love DJing,
but for hip
but
hop,
for hip hop,
yeah. Truly,
For
bro,
hip-hop,
because
bro.
like, you know, we're gonna the core of what D and I do is hip hop.
yeah,
And hip hop DJing and turntablism falls within, when we talk about hip hop, not the genre, but hip hop the culture.
that's culture.
Turntablism and DJing is it's you know, it's such a big part of that. And I think for, like I said, for them to have the choice of anybody, bro. I'm sure there'll be other acts and whatever, but I think just the fact that they're saying, let's put these two guys that play
in
hip hop
front of the world,
in front of the world,
Mm.
and
duke it out.
you know, it's. I've been tripping about it, bro. It still isn't. I've been tripping.
What I told you is, what's cool is, it's that generational thing of, he's handing it down to you sort of thing. It's the generation
Yeah,
that's next after him. It's not just,
it's like passing on the
someone that shouldn't
baton.
be there that he's probably not going to enjoy spending his time with.
Mm.
Whereas it's you, the person that quote unquote studied this man and what he did in his techniques. So that's what I asked him about, and it was quite a cool thing for him also. So,
Yeah, I'm speechless, bro. Like, still, I don't know what to say about it because I don't even know. Honestly, I'm so focused on just trying to put together the best set I've ever put together in my life. Like, the pressure is enormous, but I know that it's just going to be a matter of just doing me.
Yeah,
You know, like, obviously I need to realize what D's gonna do, and if I'm gonna try and be like trying to match his I'm gonna fail miserably.
Yeah,
Like
you have
it's
to
just
do your
not
own
the same,
thing, bro.
It's not the same. If I'm gonna try and out scratch and out skill D, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I know that the strength of what I do is like my selection of this is the crowd, this is the vibe, this is the the clever sort of things with that. So
Do you
that's
see?
my approach.
Can I put something into perspective quickly? Like, you see how we always talk about like technicality, and we always talk about like what is required like in a DJ skill set, where it's like song selection, knowing the vibe, and all of that. And obviously all of these things fall into perspective. But you know how we feel about people who can't DJ, for example, and they're like, oh, but they play the right songs, that's why it's going off. Do you feel like, compared to DU, in that little space now where you like,
Bro.
I need to win on song selection and making sure I play the right thing at the right time?
I hear your
compared
chat.
to a
I hear your
try and
chat.
dribble him.
I hear your chat, but what we're talking about
Obviously still with his skills involved, but like you prioritizing.
It's a thin line.
prioritizing, but not saying it's not there
Yeah.
completely. So we're talking about 0 versus level 5, and now it's maybe level 5 versus level 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
But,
still
like,
gonna
that's
be
what I'm
there.
saying,
It's
like,
present, but
It's
it's
still
just
gonna be
not.
present, but it's not at the level 10 status.
I'm not
and
gonna
now
sit
you
there
are
and try
gonna
and
sit-
scratch for 30
Yeah.
seconds and because it's gonna be a comparative thing. They're gonna
Yeah.
hear me and then him or vice versa, and I'm not trying to. It's not gonna happen, bro.
So
But-
now,
I'm still gonna do. I'm gonna play to my strengths.
yeah,
Let's say that.
yeah.
Do you think? I know. It's like we're trying to make it as if.
Nah, this is a battle, bro. This is deep.
But
This is deep, lad. This is. I don't want to walk around and yell Gremlin got washed at the
Respectfully.
sevens.
Respectfully, bro. Out of respect, I wouldn't even consider battling him.
Nah, man.
Like battling him, bro.
I think respect is the right word. But like, you must also understand that even you yourself, you've been craving that sense of competition for a long
For
time.
sure, bro.
And yes, look, you might walk out at the end of the day and be like, I didn't win. But I feel like if you don't take the opportunity to treat it like a battle, you're gonna regret not taking it.
Oh, bro, trust me. I'm not taking this lightly.
Nah, but
I'm
like,
definitely not, and I'm not. But I'm also not taking it to the point of like where I'm gonna be. Because in my battles, I'm dissing. Like I'm literally gonna pick out certain things and make fun. No, bro. Knowing D, I don't see that, and I'm not gonna be the one that's.
I don't think you should.
It's gonna be
diss,
like
man.
a Logan Paul, Mike Tyson thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna rig this shit. There's no,
I'm
you know.
not saying you must diss, man, but I'm saying you should have fun. I'm saying you should treat
Guys,
it like a 3-star
I don't know if
final.
I'm giving you the wrong energy
You
here.
are.
I'm going in, bro. I'm going all the way in.
Feels like, obviously he's a legend, but and I know it's branded as a battle and it's not actually a battle.
Yeah.
But if it says battle on the poster,
Fight blood.
Crazy.
Fight blood.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're saying you're gonna do a normal, you're gonna do a routine that represents you and to the best of whatever it is. Don't you think halfway through it might be like, wait, I can actually go toe to toe with him.
You can't realize that halfway through.
Yeah, there's no halfway.
There's no halfway through.
There's gonna be zero freestyling.
You must either go in with a I'm gonna smoke, or you must
Yeah.
go out. You must like, okay, now let's.
Do you think that it would be like beneficial to speak to D before and say,
Oh,
You guys,
100%, bro.
obviously they
We're
have to
definitely going
coordinate,
to. Yeah.
bro. They have to coordinate.
100%, bro. Like,
But
like I'm saying, I
You can't
think
go.
it's only being marketed as a DJ battle because that sounds.
I think it should be treated
know what I
as
mean?
one as well.
Yeah,
I
guess.
do think so. Yes, Alvino.
For the aunties, bro.
I have a question. What? So let's say in your coordination now with the prepping and the speaking
Yeah.
beforehand, he says, "Nah, I'm on smoke. Like I'm there to battle."
Let me say this.
like he blindsided?
Let me say this. There's no blindsiding. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. Let me say this. I think that, and I mean this in the most, this is me and this is Ready D. Regardless. After 50 years, it's still going to be that.
Yeah.
Me, Ready D. Everybody, Ready D. Right? He's not going to come and take this lightly. Because I wouldn't be on the stage with KANE in front of 60,000 people and take it lightly. Even though I'm more experienced and skillfully, I have the technical ability that's higher than KANE compared to me and Ready D. You know what I'm saying? But I know that he's going to come with smoke, bro. So I'm not expecting D to be like, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's also in my brain, like, regardless of what the conversation might be, if there even is one. But, bro, 60,000 people, televised,
I'm just saying.
worldwide.
Just a little puff of the chimney.
I'm just saying.
Crazy.
I'm young, so I don't really know D like that, and you, Michael.
Must
I can't have it.
I'm saying we can't walk around in the streets and then I must hear, the four from Foreplay got smoked.
I think, no, I thought I was the play.
Oh yeah, you DJ play,
Yeah.
I'm DJ 4.
I think I think that
posting Gremlin with RIP. Nah,
I think
nothing
that we
happened to
both
me.
have to be on the same. Like, imagine I prepare something that is sort of battly and maybe even like dissy, and he doesn't prepare
Then
that.
it looks
You
bad.
you can't freestyle a diss. You can't freestyle a
It has
battle.
to be planned.
Do you know what I mean? So it needs to be, we're both gonna go in to a certain level. It needs to be like that. I think that's what the conversation is gonna
Yeah.
be. Or it could even be like, let's leave that completely.
But so like, what if it's a situation of, hey, let's treat it like a battle. You do. I
Really
need
does,
this.
bro.
I need this. You need 10 minutes, or you do 10 minutes. I don't know what's in your 10 minutes. I do 10 minutes. You don't know what's in my 10 minutes. And in the 10 minutes we come together, we sit
Boom.
and we plan.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I'm feeling for a battle, I wasn't woke during freestyle era, and this is one of the things that gets to me the most, because I can watch freestyles on YouTube and I can watch DMC battles on YouTube, but I've never experienced it. I've never sat there and actively calculated and listened to, I think this might come next, and be completely blown away because that did not come at all.
I think that there is definitely maybe people don't realize it, but there is a missing factor in this world, and that is the competition side of it. And that's something that was so massive a few years ago, something that is so important to the development of DJing.
Yeah.
And the development of not only globally but South African DJing.
But that's also
And that's missing. So maybe this could be a catapult, a catalyst
To show that something
show
like this
that
is still needed.
this
in
is
the
still
culture.
needed and this is possible.
That's how DJs became better, because you had to be
Yeah.
better to beat the next person, so you
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
more popular.
But and even in that instance, no, and I think this is what people don't understand about battle DJing, is that you don't need to be the most technically skilled to be a battle DJ. You could diss someone with quick cuts, for example. Drop mixing. You can diss someone and do something crazy with drop mixing. You don't need to be able to
Wordplay
scratch.
sort of thing.
You
Yeah.
can do word plays, tone plays, and you can go completely crazy with all of these things that you don't need. I don't need to stand and scratch for 15 minutes.
Yeah, bro.
Of my,
I mean, I've always known that there's when I won 3-style, I remember looking at the lineup of who I was competing with and saying, I can't out scratch this guy, this guy, this guy. I can't out juggle this guy, this guy, this guy. But I do have these ideas and I think about music this way.
yeah.
So when I was doing a diss, I was like, there's 4 guys from Durban here. I'm gonna diss them all in 10 seconds. Do you know what I'm saying? Like something as simple as that didn't require technical skill, but it was creativity.
But that's technical.
Yeah, I guess it is still technical
Yeah.
to execute it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's genuinely thing that's missing, bro. Like I even suggested this to someone from a marketing team, for example. Where Sports Scene has this thing called Put Me On, where they give up and coming local artists a platform where they can.
I know we've had this conversation. Was it on the pod?
Now it was outside the pot.
No, it was on the pod.
Did we?
Deja vu.
I'm also getting deja vu, bro.
nah,
Yeah.
I remember talking to everyone about it off the pod.
Nah, it was on the pod.
Yeah. I think
Did
you
I?
did speak about it.
Yeah,
But
I
long
was-
story short,
Yeah, I was saying
You DJ there, and I think didn't Snyder's do it? No, Snyder's was Puma. Wasn't it?
no. This is where you're getting. This is where you off track.
No,
That's
but-
how I know I didn't talk about
no.
it.
You said you were wanting to put on like some sort of DJ competition sort of thing, and they were like, no one's really interested in that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
We don't care about it.
Yeah. But I was basically saying that like this competition is for up and coming artists where they get to rap in front of their idols or whatever the case may be, and they win. And if you win, you get a endorsement deal, you get studio time with your favorite artist, you get a cash prize, and you basically get like 4 or 5 events with this particular company. So I said there's literally an entire section in one brand dedicated to giving DJs a platform to come and play music and learn how to play music and whatever via DJing. So I'm like, why not just do the same thing for DJing, bro?
Mhm.
Why not create this platform where they can win this endorsement deal, win a couple sets at the events that they plan, and create that sense, that competition sense again.
I think people are hesitant to believe in a vision, and usually the people that take the chance on a vision, something that isn't tangible, something that
Yeah.
hasn't been proven, and when that works, those guys are, in retrospect, always there's the people that said like, yeah, I gave KANE a chance, or I gave Cave a chance, or whatever, and I'm so happy that I did, because nobody else was taking, was doing that. And until that concept or the idea that people want to see battling and competition DJing, until that's proven, then people are going to say, okay, let's invest money and
But
energy
now,
into this.
now I'm gonna
Like, it has to be built first.
Now I'm gonna throw another thing at you. We have gotten to the point now in this world where becoming a DJ is bigger than becoming a performing artist.
Yeah.
Think about it. There was a time where everybody wanted to pick up the mic and sing and rap and make beats.
But can I say that they people only probably shifted more to DJing because they've realized that the foundation of DJing. I'm not talking about what you guys do. I'm talking about just BPMs, all that sort of thing, fade in, fade out. It's a lot easier than writing, producing.
Hear me out. It's a lot easier. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot easier. But the reason why it's easier is because we don't have the sense of competition anymore to get better. But now hear me out. Let's say we have this competition where you stand a chance to win 100K. You can win a top of the range DJ controller. You hear me out? And you have allegiances with a brand. You have 4 paid promo campaigns where they put you in for modeling and DJing and whatever the case may be, right? Now you, an entry-level DJ, you don't give a shit about this. You just want to take a chance to go win a competition. Now you walk into the room and you see that there are actually people who takes this shit seriously. Two things are going to happen. You're either going to, one, better yourself as a DJ, or you're going to leave this shit altogether, bro. I've seen people enter something as simple as a Phoenix DJ competition. And I've never seen them DJ again after that because they didn't make it past the first round.
And that's, a lot of, even when they did it at Chili Bar, it's the same thing. Some of those people don't DJ anymore. At all.
Maybe because of the thing of either saying, okay, I'm not good enough, this is not for me, or it's like maybe their ego is too big to feel embarrassed or big compared to, maybe, you make a very valid point, bro, because that could just, it's not only showcasing and giving a spotlight to those who have the skill and that can do this, but it's also like, if you can't do this shit,
you shouldn't be
stay
there.
your ass at home,
Before we wrap up, like, it's easy to say all this, but it doesn't work in every genre, does it?
It does. It does, brother.
It
does.
I have to disagree, bro.
I think it does.
You're doing a battle competition, right? A battle set isn't an hour, it's not half an hour.
It's not, it's
20
15 minutes.
How are you going to do a battle set in something in-house?
Can I make 2 examples?
Possible,
It's
but it's not
very
the
possible.
same.
It's very possible. I can make 2 examples. There's two examples. There's one. There's Chaotic, who plays piano like he plays hip hop with acapellas, reprises, whatever, right?
Technical.
And then
ability.
there's the Kabza the Small set that we watched at Between Friends, where he played all his bangers in the space of 15 minutes, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
But it's also just blending, eh?
It's also just
It's
blending.
just A/B
but
blending.
Understand what he did to the crowd at that point in time.
Yeah.
And that's
I wouldn't
what
say that
DJing
applies to a battle
I think
sense,
it does.
though.
Hear me out.
Because if you
If-
can rock a crowd, but it doesn't mean you've won the battle.
Bro,
Let's take
part of
that
what
Kabza,
DJing
that
is.
15 minutes of
Yeah.
Kabza, right? Say it's a 15-minute battle. Take that 15 minutes of Kabza doing boom, 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 his hits, right? And you take Chaotic doing 15 minutes of krr, krr, a cappella, ga, 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 ga.
Yeah.
Who's better?
But so that you're looking at it from a technical perspective.
In any case, it's a battle, bro.
Yeah, but if you're judging it from a all-round perspective, let's say like freestyle, you were not like I say this all the time. Your winning freestyle set was technically you were not at your best compared to the year before, but because you knew what to play, how to play it, and you were technical in that aspect.
But there's only one level of skill being shown for the 15 minutes.
That freestyle
So a
set-
Kabza set of him playing his hits back to back to back for 15 minutes, you're still only doing one
I'm
level
looking
of
at-
skill.
I'm looking at it from how we played it, for
but
example.
that-
Like it wasn't just the ordinary in and out blends. It was cuts at specific moments that did specific things.
Defeats the purpose of what a battle is. Because
Yeah.
you're then saying Chaotic performed better, he won the battle, but because he didn't have the crowd as much as Kabza had, Kabza should win then.
I'm not saying you should win. I'm just saying that these are the different elements that you can consider when it comes to the competition. So you're not shunning it off to people who are solely good at technicalities.
I would have rather, in that case, I know he's only been DJing for like what, a year now, but I would have used Snyder's in that case because when he played at Destiny on Friday, I looked at the time, it was 25 minutes in, and he had already played probably like, I know 7 songs isn't a lot, but like 7 to 10 songs, and technically introducing them and taking them back and using our competitors.
It's just
That's more of what it could be, a battle set could be. But
Yeah.
it's still too long-winded. because
The thing
there's
is,
so much build-up.
dance music is a much more patient and time consuming genre. So to try and do a battle with dance music and dance music being piano, deep house,
Yeah.
you know, anything like that, it needs time to build up and drop and build, and it's just not the same as hip hop.
I don't think it should be as detailed as that though. Like I even watched, like I was watching a clip of when Shimza used to do battle DJing and like DJ competitions, and he's a house DJ, bro, and he was literally doing that. Acapellas in, for example, blending in and out, and that was on vinyls, bro.
Vinyl, yeah.
I think with house, it's because you can introduce that factor of dissing somebody using acapellas. I feel like house music, you have a little bit more room.
You can do that with piano also, bro. There's no reason for them to give you a 7-minute songs and you can't do 25 different things. And
Hey, bro, maybe there's somebody at home sitting there now saying, no, literally, I can do a battle set using piano and deep house and shit like that.
Bro,
but that's
you
what I'm
can
saying.
do a
but
battle
I'm-
set. But
yeah.
okay, that's different.
What I'm saying is, if we build this platform
Yeah.
and we open this opportunity up for somebody that has never got a gig, that has 2 followers on Instagram, but is fire, like, that is so important, bro. It's so important that this sort of platform
platforms.
is open and available
Yeah.
to anybody.
But like my thing is
with
like,
no what's the word I'm looking for? But no qualification of
Yeah.
are you popular? Do people know? Are you gonna bring
Are you gonna
anybody?
bring
You
people?
could literally come alone.
I think there should be a case of if you're entering, you have to enter via a video because
yeah, video submissions are important, obviously.
That's our 3-style DMC. All of them are done
Yeah.
as video submissions.
Point is coming in, you can't switch your deck on or you don't know what phase
Switch your deck on.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's an interesting concept, man. I do think that our little community as a whole is missing that.
This was on our vision board at the beginning of the year. We did say
To start
that
something.
the DJ competition is something that
Also, can I just point out, and you mentioned this, the power of manifestations and also the power of a vision board. Do not take this shit lightly for everyone out there. Vision boards, do not take this shit lightly, bro. I've seen things come to fruition. I don't have my own vision board, and this is why I want to make one for myself. But I've seen things from the Foreplay vision board come to fruition.
literally a whiteboard,
A
with a
whiteboard where we
Koki.
just wrote shit
We
on.
sat one day and we said, "Rocking
This
the
was literally
daisies,
the day
community."
before or the day of shooting the podcast, didn't we?
Yeah.
The first episode we
Yeah.
shot, we wrote down what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Shit came to life. Mia has a vision board, and Mia had the Spotify logo on her vision board. She didn't know what the purpose of the Spotify logo was, but she had the Spotify logo on her vision board, and she got booked for 3 different mom activations.
Truly, bro.
So do
Truly.
not underestimate the power of a vision board. If I can say any, I don't have one by myself, but I am literally going to dedicate one right now. I'm going to make that shit as soon as I get it up.
Vino, show the camera, please.
Yeah, he's showing its cut-off time.
It's time to go.
Anyways,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. This is our penultimate episode of the season
Yeah.
of the year.
Got one more to go and then
Also,
we
Yeah.
are here.
It's post 1 year concept of.
Is it? No, it's not post yet.
It's post because 3 day would have happened. 10
I mean the concept, yeah.
When did we come up with this whole concept?
Hey, bro.
I think it was around about this time. No?
Foreplay 1 year birthday coming up soon. Wait for the details. Yes, sir.
I want all 840 of you guys to be in the Joel.
Yeah, we need 1,000 before the year ends, but we have
Please,
to do it.
guys.
We're doing a something. We're doing a.
When we hit 1,000 subs, we will have a Joel.
let's do it
Promise.
before that.
Giveaway.
Yeah,
And we'll do a giveaway. We'll give a cash giveaway. We'll give DJ lessons giveaway. We'll give music giveaways.
Crazy. Don't rope me into this.
I'm done.
Something like that.
Vino, shut up.
Let's discuss this offline. How
Yeah,
about that?
but we'll do that, and then we're also gonna do a Joel, and then we should do like a once or 4 hour session that you can book 1 hour a week, and we can lam and teach you things.
Cool.
Powerful.
Powerful.
I think that's hard.
Okay.
Fire.
Okay.
This has been the Let's Talk Foreplay podcast. Thank you for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000. And Awe, thank you for just being there for us. It's not tight like that, lad.
Yes.
Also, I'm gonna murder. Okay, I'm on your team. Where's Brody? I'm gonna skill you pop now there by the fires, Buta. Peace.
Gremlin out now in the cave.
Oh yeah, Gremlin out now in the cave.
Oh, is it live?
Yeah, you didn't even accept the collab post, blood.